Bitcoin made a weekly close above $67,000 and now we are ready for the next move, and I will show you where we are at right now and where we will be heading next. And of course, we're also going to talk about some altcoin trades. If you think that's interesting, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, and activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let's jump directly into it. So here on the CME Bitcoin chart, happened basically what I mentioned yesterday, that most likely we are not getting a CME gap, and lo and behold, that's what we saw yesterday happening here. We saw here this pump to the upside, and when CME opened straight, a move back to the downside, and now trading around the $67,425 level. But remember, between the CME futures chart and the spot chart, there's always a free $400 spread between these prices. And you see that when I go here to the weekly chart, you see here we are just trading around the $67,000 mark. And as I just mentioned, Bitcoin had a really strong weekly close here yesterday. We are also starting this week off here quite well with a pump here to the upside. But remember, guys, it is a Monday where we are forming a range for the price. Show you that in a second on another chart. Once we are breaking above $67,500, we are going to see another nice short squeeze to the upside. And also here, I'm gonna show you if that is the most likely outcome for the next couple hours and the next 2-3 days, or if we have to be prepared for a small shakeout. So when we're going here to the 12-hourly chart, the downward sloping trend line of this bigger bull flag is not confirmed broken yet, but the mid-range is giving us support, which is inherently bullish for the time being, that we are above $66,000 approximately and holding that. If we can see here with the next 12-hourly candle finally a break above that, then I think we could see today in the next coming hours that acceleration that I'm speaking about to the upside. And another indication for that could be that we are finally breaking the downward sloping trend here on the volume bars. So you see here we had some nice volume coming in the last 12 hours, and in the next 12-hourly candle, which is starting in here roughly 2 minutes, that could be finally the break that we are waiting for. If we are getting this, then I think Bitcoin will trade around $68,000 later today. And when it comes here to the trade setup, here again, wait that we are closing a candle above $67,400 approximately before you enter this. And I jumped here again a little bit earlier. The gun, I mentioned that yesterday also at $67,200 is where I entered. So I'm a little bit underwater on this trade, but I believe that here over the next 48 to 60 hours, we're going to see Bitcoin trying to attack the $69,000 and $72,000 level. Here on the 1-hourly chart, the ascending triangle did not play out, even though we got a breakout at the right moment, but then we failed to get above $67,400. You see here that strong rejection from that golden ratio level here, and the overall resistance is sitting here. We had multiple retests at this level now and always failed to break it. But again, guys, the more often we try to test the level, the softer it gets, and at some point it's going to break, and then we are off to the races to the upside here. So based on the 1-hourly chart, we could still see a small downwards move here in Bitcoin before we start heading up. And that comes in here for multiple reasons from different indicators that we're looking at. First of all, the RSI, the momentum is to the downside. The stochastic is about to give a sell signal. Get now a clear idea. So yeah, if the price is moving a little bit lower, then we are definitely having the sell signal. The RSI starts to go sideways in this current candle, which is not the worst, but we need now here some follow through. And I think Bitcoin needs to break here in the next 2 hours, the $67,400 level. If not, we might see a rejection, most likely coming back to this level here of $65,800. I think this will be our range for this Monday, from 65,900 to 67,400, that we are trading in this range until we're breaking it to the upside. If we lose 65,900, then we go all the way down to 64,500. And then here, this is our big trading range for the week. So watch these levels. But like I said, if we get in the next 2 hours a break above $67,400, I believe that's the final break that we are waiting for. And then we are going in direction of 69 and potentially higher. And you also see that on the liquidation levels. And so once we are breaking here $67,600 on this 4-hourly chart, we are starting to tap into this big liquidity pocket here to liquidate all these shorts all the way up to like $70,000. And that would definitely trigger a short squeeze when we are getting here to $67,600, $68,000. That should bring us close to the $70,000 level on the liquidation levels that we are seeing here. And below us, if we start losing the $65,800 level, then most likely we go all the way down to like 64 to liquidate all the over-leveraged late long positions that came in and find support from there and then start trending up. So just watch for today the $67,400 level and below us the $66,000 level. As long as we are trading here in this range, it's fine, you know, but we need to see this break rather sooner than later. Then here on the liquidation heat map, let me just refresh that quickly. Here you also see the clear range, you know, see here the heated area, $65,800 and above us $67,800. That is basically the trading area for now. Slightly in one of these pockets here at 67,400 or below us here at 66,400, and we're going to see an acceleration to either side. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade anywhere, trade on BLOFIN, because you still get a ROLEX there and $7,500 in bonuses plus 10% cashback on your initial deposit. And if you don't want to use BLOFIN, use BYBIT. That is still the most reliable exchange for me, where you get up to $30,000. Otherwise, if you want a KYC free exchange, Margex is the one to go. I have also a big trade on Margex open. I'm going to show that to you later. And if you're in the UK or in the US, I would use Phemex or BITGET. That's my preferred exchanges. If you're in one of these countries, also on Phemex, you still get $9,000 for signing up there. And on FAIRDESK, they have right now a campaign going on until the end of the month or until the 11th of June. I'm going to have a look later again to give you exactly the time tomorrow. There you can copy trade me and still get $120,000 in bonuses, and for this current campaign an additional $50,000. So make sure to check out all these links that are in the description and in the pinned comment below this video. So now when we have here a look, so here on BYBIT, so here you see all my current positions. I'm overall in a nice profit. See, my new link position is doing not all too bad, you know, but it was way higher earlier already. And Solana was also way higher than that, but I'm happy with that. So here you see I'm fully transparent, guys, you know, so my Bitcoin position 67,300 was my entry level, a little bit underwater, you know, so from where I bought here. But that's fine. I'm holding on to it because I think we're going to reach the $72,000 level rather sooner than later. As soon as we are leaving here this trading range that Bitcoin is in right now, you know, hold this range. We're going to see continuation, lose this range, and close under $65,800, and I cut the trade. On Margex, I have also a link trade right now going if it's loading, but I wasn't speaking on the channel about it, so it's not counting for the spreadsheet. This is up $2,000. And then when we're talking about the dominance, here on the dominance, I cannot shake the feeling that if Bitcoin starts going up here and starts liquidating a lot of these horizontal levels here, that the dominance will see another breakout to the upside and maybe sees one final push to 57.15%. And the dominance is behaving here like most other coins do. When you see one big impulse candle on the dominance, that is most likely the final candle, something like this here, you know. So we saw here one massive candle and then the dominance slowly came down, and I expect something similar now happening with the dominance. If Bitcoin decides to push it to the upside, expect the Bitcoin dominance also to break out. I think when we are touching here 57%, or regardless how high it goes, you know, it could also go to 58. Regardless where the dominance is spiking to, I think that is the final move for the dominance before we see a massive reversal that we are all waiting for, you know. So, and just that, you know, if we would see a break out of this falling wedge, it would invalidate the falling wedge unless it would deviate, and deviation would be up and coming the next day straight back down, breaks, and then we go straight lower. So that is something that we need to watch here. In terms of total market cap, I'm pretty happy with the weekly close so far because we are trying to attack it, the $2.42 trillion level. Once we start seeing a break into that, I believe that the $2.53 trillion level is not really acting as a resistance anymore. We will slide and we will basically break through that quite easily and go in the direction of $3 trillion. The USDT dominance, again, as long as we're under this white line here, we are staying above $67,000. If we get here tomorrow a candle moving to the downside, then we also see continuation in Bitcoin and higher prices overall. The Ethereum price is trying to break above the EMA ribbon. Here we are starting to lose momentum, at least on a stochastic RSI. The RSI overall is still bullish. Also the MACD is still bullish. But if one of these two indicators starts to lose momentum, expect Ethereum in the best case to go sideways or actually lose the EMA ribbon and dip one more time below the ribbon before we come back up and then finally see that move to the upside. And that could be also coincide with a move of Bitcoin going to $64,000. So just that you are aware of that. Solana was earlier looking not all too bad. I hope this candle is not staying red and we're seeing here some push to the upside, because otherwise a really ugly reversal pattern that could bring us back to like $170 approximately. I would still hold this trade if we come back to the entry, because Solana is so strong right now that I believe that this will just bounce from there and then goes to $200. So I'm not really concerned about this setup for the time being, but I'm of course watching it closely. If you missed your chance to get in here at $170, $167, a move back into this range could be your final opportunity to get in before this is taking off to $200, because I think it's going to happen really quickly. And also here, the other setup that I gave on Solana with a target of $181, we are pretty close to touching it. That can happen any given moment that we're touching it. But you see here's a big resistance. Once we are breaking through this, we're going to snap really quick to $200. So we have to see how Solana is reacting around this resistance right now. If we see a rejection back into the golden ratio here, finding their support and then come back up and break it, or if we are doing it now, then turn this into support with the initial break and then go to the upside. So if you missed here the move for Solana right now, I would say the best next entry for you is around $191 if you missed it. So this is almost 10% away from where we are currently, but I would maybe not enter this here at $181, guys, because you start opening a position in the resistance. So you want to make sure that you are opening above resistance when you turn resistance into support and then see continuation. So if we move lower back into the golden ratio, be my guest, buy as much as you can before this is reversing back to the upside. Ton Telegram, also here the downward sloping trend line is still holding resistance, but we're seeing early signs right now that Ton wants to break through this. So we are in a good area to actually buy and open a position if you haven't yet. Because the MACD just gave us a buy signal, the RSI is slightly pointing to the upside. Only the stochastic is losing a little bit momentum. But this is because we are sitting here exactly at this resistance. So there is a little bit of fighting going on. I'm not surprised. But it is, from a technical perspective, a good moment to open a position. And the target remains here $7.08 all the way up to like $7.70, and then even all the way up to like $8.60. There's another target. So I'm definitely holding on to my position here. And if you don't have one, here's a good place to actually open. ONDO is coming back here exactly as I told you guys, into this 91 to 93 cent area where I would consider opening a position. If you want to be a little bit more on the safer side, wait for this downward sloping trend line to be broken on the 4-hourly chart. There's nothing wrong with waiting here a little bit, because once we are breaking this downward sloping trend, we are also starting to get out of that support zone. and making sure that this was actually support and it's not acting as resistance right now before we start moving higher, and then potentially to $1.24, where I would be looking at selling my ONDO position. So I might open one later, and I'm gonna inform you on Telegram and in my spreadsheet if I do so, also on the Discord. So make sure that you're on the lookout for that. And here RUNE is doing quite well, has broken the downward sloping trend here earlier today. Tried to break already here $7, failed, but here I expect in the worst case that we come back to like $6.70-ish and bouncing off there, getting another attempt at $7 breakthrough and going direction of $8 and yeah, beyond that. The next coin was WIF. WIF is also showing a lot of strength, but that has also something to do with Solana and all the meme coins on Solana. I actually opened a WIF position. At what price did I open that? Because I opened that on Binance. Don't want to say something wrong here. WIF at $2.69.8. So I'm gonna put in here the WIF position that I opened today. So just that you can follow that, because it's not too late to get into this. You just will have a slightly worse entry than me. If you're lucky and you wait a little bit, you get the same entry. So it's up to you if you want to wait a little bit or you want to get in right now. My take profit is $3.68, and my stop loss is at $2.40. I'm on 10x on cross leverage, and this is how I'm trading this right now. So what's here with tone? No, still running. Everything else is still running. So let's go back to the WIF chart. Let me put it this way. I wanted to catch this down here and I missed it, and that's why I aped in a little bit late here into this trade. So if you want to trade this, maybe wait for a break of $2.77, because you see here's also some major resistance. You know, it was support here, here resistance where we broke it to the upside, resistance, you know, support, and here also resistance. And here it was the first time that it actually properly flipped, and here also resistance. So that is a tough level to break for WIF. So if you want to wait with a 1 hourly close above $2.77 would be not the worst decision. And if we come back to like $2.53, that would be another level where I would consider entering a position and trade this then here to $3.68. So that is my first take profit. And the next one would be all the way up here at $4.63 approximately. Then the last one is PENDLE. PENDLE, remember guys, I called this all the way down here already and set buy here in that box. So if you would have bought down here in that box, let's say you caught it in the middle, you would be up here now 17% since I called it in a matter of like 2-3 days. A little bit of leverage, amazing gains, guys, amazing gains. So here, if you are in that position right now, I would take at least 25% profit and raise my stop loss to the entry level, just to make sure that you don't lose here any money anymore on this trade. But I still see a momentum going in direction of like $6 over the next couple of days. Once we are breaking convincingly $5.32, because also here you see resistance, and now we are exactly at this resistance and try to break through that on this massive W pattern, which is also the neckline of that W pattern. And the target is still up here at $7.15 if we would break through that, you know. So just keep that in mind, that here beyond $5.85 is still this other take profit level of 17 and 15 cents. And I would leave a little moon back, you know, on the side for that price target. And guys, that's it already for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.